January has actually started now. We've had our first Monday of the year, so we're in full swing. Good morning everyone, and welcome to a brand new weekly vlog. My name is Astrid and I vlog every single week of my life. This is week number 44, and today, well, I'm spending most of the day at home. I've got a little date night with Charlie tonight, but that's not until later. I'm using my makeup bag for the first time since like decluttering and sorting it all out, so I'm actually quite excited to do my makeup today. I don't know how many people who watch me here follow me on Instagram, but or TikTok actually. I'm doing this series where I make my life 1% easier every day, and yesterday I cleared out my entire makeup bag and like completely cleaned all my brushes, got rid of all my empties, like got a load of new products out of cupboards that I've been saving. So today feels a little bit like I'm using someone else's makeup to do my face. Please ignore the mess behind me. I'm trying slowly to get through the mess that is my office. I actually did make really good headway with it yesterday, but it's not quite there yet. So yeah, I've been really enjoying doing those videos. I've just fake tanned as well. Hey. So I'm even more excited to do my makeup because I always feel 10 times better when I've just fake tanned. I just feel like it makes me look less dead. Although I think I accidentally bought my concealer in a shade too light for even my normal skin, let alone with a fake tan on. So let's see. I mean, at least I can use it kind of as like a highlighting concealer, if nothing else. Yeah, tomorrow at like the crack of dawn, I need to get up and drive to Norwich. I've got a few bits going on there this week. But because of the cats, normally I would just drive down on Tuesday night, but we've got this theatre trip planned tonight, and also because of the cats, like Charlie's obviously looking after them, and that's fine. But they're only little kittens, so you can't leave them alone for very long. Like when we go to the theatre tonight, that's going to be the longest we would have left them yet. So I don't want him to feel like chained to the house. So I'm trying not to leave them for any longer than needs be. But so I'm driving to Norwich tomorrow morning. I'm literally going to leave London at like 7:30, I think, because I've got a few family bits going on, and I've also got a few appointments, and then I've also arranged to like see some friends and see my sister and stuff while I'm there, which will be nice. And then I also have one of my really good friends' baby's first birthday parties, which is crazy to me that she's got a baby that's 1. So it should be a really nice week, and like I'm hoping to get some downtime where I can really focus on doing more of that Wicked video, because I'm still in the reading phase of it at the moment, and it's just really hard to find the time to like sit down and focus. So I'm hoping in Norwich I might be able to for a little bit. That would be good. But basically the reason I'm starting this vlog on a Tuesday is because today and yesterday are sort of manic work days, because I will be able to do some bits and pieces for the rest of the week, but I know for a fact they won't be full work days, which is not the best start to January. I really want to get on it this year with making sure that I am like working the correct hours, because some weeks I get myself really stressed and work way over, and then other weeks I sort of get distracted by things and end up on like weird side quests. I guess that's like one of the bonuses of being self-employed, is that you can do that sometimes. Oh my god, this cream bronzer is my first time using it. It's the number 7 Pro Artist Soft Glow cream bronzer. It's so good, but I feel like I've used way too much product because I didn't know how it was going to come out. So I'm just going to sit here and blend this for the next like 10 years or something. A little goes a long way with that. I still feel like my face is much paler than my neck, so maybe the bronzer is a good thing. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, I know for a fact this is probably not going to be a full work week. So rather than getting annoyed and frustrated, because a lot of it is stuff that I cannot change, I'm just sort of trying to cram as much into yesterday and today as I can. As I said, I'm doing those 1% videos every day, but I don't think I'm realistically going to be able to film them when I'm in Norwich. So today my main task is like bulk filming those. I think I've worked out I need to film 5, maybe 6, because today is Tuesday. I posted one today. I need one for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I could technically film one on Sunday. In fact, yeah, maybe I will just film one on Sunday. Oh, let's see how I go on. I could film one on Sunday because I will be home, but also I will have done a lot of driving and stuff, so I will probably just want to chill. So let's see what I can get done today. And actually, I suppose if I can think of a couple to film in Norwich, I could film some in Norwich as well, but they just obviously won't be able to be like house-based stuff. If any of you are watching that series and have any suggestions of videos I can make, please let me know in the comments, because I love the idea of making my life 1% easier every day in January, but I'm on day 7 and already I'm like, I feel like I've done all the obvious stuff. So now we're getting a little bit, you know, we're thinking outside the box. But I like doing that series. I was really keen on the idea because I think we all have this kind of idea, oh my god, what have I done? Why is this going on like really weirdly today? All my makeup. Because I changed it all at once, so I like don't know what the products are going to be like. But I have used most of these things before, just like not together. What was I going to say? Yeah, I think everybody kind of has this like ideal idea that in January you have to like rewrite your whole life all in one go. But actually, I think that a lot of the time that is just really unsustainable. And if you make too many changes all at once, it's so unlikely that you're actually going to be able to stick to it. But actually, I think it's those little incremental changes that really add up. Which is why instead of being like, I'm leveling up my entire life in January, which obviously I would love to do, I'm all about like leveling up and finding new systems where you can and stuff, as you guys know, because I talk about that all the time here. But I just feel like if you go too hard with it, it kind of sets you up for failure. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I like the thought of just trying to do 1% every day. Although today, apparently I'm doing 5 to 6% because it all adds up, you know? I definitely, when I was younger, used to think to myself like, right, everything's gonna change this year, but then didn't like actively do anything to change anything. And the thing is, the thing about life is that it's so unlikely that the change you're looking for is going to land in your lap. Like, you are going to have to go out and seek it. But that doesn't need to be like any big, huge, monumental thing. It could just be a tiny thing. The advice my dad always gives me, if I say like, oh, I really want this thing, he goes, well, you're not going to get that right now, so like work it back. What are the stages that you need to get that thing? And like a good example of that is my friend Jess. I hope she won't mind me explaining this. I don't think she will. I'm using her as an example. She knew that at some point she wanted to get her driving license and to get a car and be able to drive herself around. So then she was like, right, well, doing like an actual driving test right now feels impossible, and is impossible because I don't currently have a provisional driving license. So I'm literally not allowed to. So then she got her provisional license, and then she started thinking about, okay, I've got my provisional license, so like I don't have to do anything, but I now could start revising for a theory test. And then she kind of started looking at some theory test stuff, and then she booked the theory test, did the theory test, and then it was like, right, well, I've got my provisional, I've got my theory test, guess I should book some driving lessons. And like, so it went on. And I know that sounds so obvious because it's like, yeah, Amy, that's a process, but it's like, that is looking at something that feels really like out of reach. And then like, obviously that's a very literal example. Like if there's a job role you want or something like that, it's not normally as straightforward as like working it backwards, because obviously there are like limitations, because obviously there are things that are like out of your control and stuff. But like equally, if I compare that to like how I feel about the amount of stuff that I still somehow have in this house, despite feeling like I've literally spent the last year of my life trying to declutter, I literally look around sometimes and I'm like, physically how? I've got a massive pile of clothes next to me that's going on Vinted here. I need to upload that at some point. But like, I still look around and I go, oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, how is this physically possible? And sometimes I think you feel so overwhelmed by how big the jump is between where you are and where you want to be. But actually doing that little step of like, okay, well, what's one small area that I can attack today that's gonna be like one tiny step towards the bigger picture? And yesterday that was my makeup bag. I put a brand new eyeliner in here today. Where is it? Ah, here it is. There is actually no better feeling than a brand new liquid liner pen. Prove me wrong. Yeah, like, anyway, I'm not saying anything groundbreaking. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm just saying this is more a message for me than anything. I don't know if any of you will benefit from this. I hope so. But like, I need to stop worrying so much about how far away a starting point is from an ending point, and instead go, right, well, how can I get one step closer to that today? Like, even this new YouTube channel that I've set up for like pop culture video essay stuff. If you didn't watch my last video and don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put it in the description and in the comments. Oh my god, this eyeliner is going on so much easier than my one has been, because it's been like on its last legs for weeks. Yeah, with that channel, I feel really overwhelmed by it at the moment, because like there are so many different topics I want to cover and different videos I want to make, and I'm so excited by the thought of them all, and I just wish they already existed and were sitting on that channel. But I feel quite overwhelmed by that, because I'm like, oh my god, there's so much work to be done. And like, I want the videos to be really high quality, and I want the channel to be a success. And like, that's so exciting and fun, but also like that's never going to happen with a channel that's sitting there with no content on it. So I need to train myself to like, rather than just getting overwhelmed by like, yeah, the distance between where I am and where I want to be, instead I need to say to myself, right, well realistically, you're never going to have all those things until you upload a video. Any video really. And I guess that's the same, like, I often get asked how to become a content creator, like an influencer. And I know it sounds so stupid, but like, honestly, the best advice that you can give is to just start posting. Like, Charlie's calling me. I don't know where my phone is. Oh, it's here. Hello.
Right.
Yeah, how are you? Sorry, I can't actually remember what exactly I was saying. I'm just making some lunch. But yeah, I think it was something along the lines of, I'm very overwhelmed by the concept of the new channel, even though I know it's something I really want to do. And it's never going to be the success I want it to be unless I actually upload a video. Oh, I think I was talking about people asking for advice about how to be influencers. Yeah, like, the best piece of advice you can give is just to post, because ultimately, like, you're never going to grow a following overnight. Like, you're not going to gain the followers without posting. Eliza, I'm wielding a knife. Why are you trying to come so close to me? You're not even meant to be up there. I need to wash my hands. There's no point in saying I want to do this thing but then not like working it back, and I'm not even taking my own advice, because when it comes to that channel, I'm like, oh my god, I want that channel to be a success. It's like, we better upload a video then. But even though I know the first video I want to upload there, that video requires me watching 6 movies to be able to make it. And it's not just watching the movies, it's like then also taking the time to like pause it as I go and maybe watch it a couple of times to make sure I've got everything, and you know, it is time consuming. But so I haven't even started, because I keep saying to myself, well, I don't have time to watch a movie right now, because it's not just watching the movie, it'll probably take me like 4 hours by the time I've like constantly paused it to make notes and stuff. And it's like, okay, but you don't have to do that all in one go. Like, what if you watched half an hour of the movie and it will maybe take you like maximum an hour to do that? Like, isn't that such a lovely thing to do? Because I enjoy it, and like, I'm so lucky that I get to call this stuff work. Like I could watch that movie for an hour and make my notes, and that would be a part of my work day. But like, for some reason I just cannot get started. I need to just get on with it, basically. That's what I'm saying. But you know, maybe that's going to be helpful to someone. Maybe there's something in your life, a big goal for this year, that currently just feels so out of reach. So if that is you, your homework for today, I don't know why I'm choosing to shout over this rather than just wait. Anyway, if that is you, your homework for today is to just pick a really small step towards it and just do that. Just a teeny tiny step, because any teeny tiny step is so much better than no steps. That's my New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution this year is teeny tiny steps. I don't really do New Year's resolutions, but I think that's like something I need to remind myself of a lot more. But anyway, right now I'm making some pasta. I've never made this particular pasta before, but I really fancied bacon, and I also really fancied this specific tomato and mascarpone pasta sauce that you can buy from Sainsbury's. And Charlie and I, because we're going to the theatre tonight and we don't want to leave the cats for any longer than necessary, and he's obviously in the office so he can't come home in between, we're going to Slim Chickens tonight, which I'm actually buzzing about because I love Slim Chickens, but obviously it's like fast food. So I wanted to make sure that I had a proper lunch. It is such a mess in here. It's like, it's not dirty, there's just stuff everywhere. But yeah, so making this pasta. I don't even really know if all these flavours will go well together, to be honest. I've got some bacon lardons, which I only like when they are like so crispy they're almost burnt. A white onion, and then out of the freezer, because I'm on a bit of a mission to try and use up what's in our freezer, we've got frozen spinach and some peas. And I'm going to put that all together with this sauce, which I used to have all the time when I was a kid, and I loved it. And I always forget about it as an adult, and then occasionally I remember it and I go, oh my god, that pasta sauce. And hopefully it's all going to taste nice together. Let's see. I am quite proud of myself though, like genuinely, maybe even this time last year, but definitely a couple of years ago, if I was here by myself for lunch and I didn't have anything in, I would have just got a Deliveroo, or I would have got like a meal deal, or if I fancied something warm. Quite often in the winter I just do not want a cold lunch. I want something like warming and homey. I would have got a ready meal, and there's nothing wrong with ready meals. I really do think they have their place. But the fact that in my head now, rather than just going, oh, I'll get a ready meal that's like closest to what I really fancy, I'm like, no, I could actually make what I really fancy. Like, I know to most people that sounds like common sense, but like, I am not someone who has ever been very confident in the kitchen. So to me, that's a massive improvement. Oh, I actually think I smashed that, and I grated some cheese on top as well. Anyone who knows me will know how much I hate grating cheese, so I really have gone to maximum effort for today's lunch, and I'm gonna sit here and watch it. No, I'm gonna eat it, not watch it. I'm gonna watch an episode of Rivals on Disney Plus, because I keep starting it when I'm not actually available to watch it. So I'm gonna start episode 1 again, because I know it's really good. Everyone keeps saying it's really good. So I need to give it a fair shot. Okay, it is obviously quite a lot later now. I've made it into Leicester Square. And I'm just walking to meet Charlie, but I feel quite paranoid walking around here, because the last time I was here, I was with my mum, and basically she isn't from London, and she turned around and saw that there was a man who literally had his hand in her pocket. So she said, what are you doing? Obviously he was stealing her phone. He was like, oh, I don't know, nothing. Like, he was being really weird about it. And then I was like, get away. I started like not shouting, but like being very firm. And then he got a bit like aggressive with me, and it was just not very nice. But so yeah, very paranoid about pickpockets around here. I was already, but then literally the fact that she was just walking along and he was like walking next to her with his hand in her pocket, that was crazy. And then the fact that he got annoyed when I told him not to steal her phone. What? Anyway, gonna put my camera away now, so I'll see you in a bit. We are here at Moulin Rouge. It's the interval right now, and it is insane in here. Also, if you've ever seen the film or the musical, you'll recognise this elephant, which is like a changing room. I just googled it, and it turns out that was actually real in like the 1900s. There's a Moulin Rouge garden in Paris, and apparently this was in it. I don't know if it was a dressing room or what, but it was like a big fake elephant, and I just thought that was interesting. I've also ordered snacks to the seat, which I've never done before. We've got a mint chocolate ice cream, that one is mine, and we've got a salted caramel ice cream, that one is Charlie's, and we both got a Pepsi Max as well. What do you think of it so far?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, isn't it? It's very fun. It's like very silly.
Yeah, it was very silly.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more serious. So.
Good morning, everyone. It's so dark, which is weird because it's actually so bright today and like really frosty. I'm in Norwich. I've been here for a few days, and I meant to vlog, but honestly, because of these 1% videos, they actually take up a lot longer than it looks because of the editing and the voiceover and everything. They've been taking me probably 3 hours a day each. So then by the time I've actually done everything else I need to do, I just don't really have anything left to chat about. And also, I have been falling asleep every evening, literally the second I sit down, whether that's on the sofa or on the bed, whatever it is. I've been staying at my mum's, And even if I sit down at like 6 p.m, genuinely, I just fall asleep within about 10 minutes. It's crazy, but I obviously needed the sleep and I feel quite well rested for it, so that is good. I'm on mission birthday party this morning. Basically, one of my good friends has a baby. She turned 1 this week and today is her birthday party. So I need to go and buy her a present. I know what I want to buy her, I just haven't bought it yet. I need to go to the toy shop, which is really fun because for a long time I didn't really know any children. Well, I only really know 2 children now. For Christmas and their birthdays, I really enjoy a trip to the toy shop. I'm gonna go to Smith's Toys, which I always look forward to. But before that, I need to go and pick up the birthday cake. Her mum has ordered it and like paid for it and everything. I just need to go and collect it, but I'm a bit nervous because that feels like very precious cargo. So I need to do my absolute best to drive like as smoothly as possible. And the roads are really icy, so I guess I do need to drive slowly on both accounts, so that's okay. And I guess actually everyone else around me will be driving like really slowly and cautiously anyway, so that might do me a favour. And the other thing I need to do, boring life admin. One of my headlights, dipped beam lights in my car has gone out. So I need to take it to Halfords and get that replaced and then go to the party, and then I'm heading back to London. So that is my day plan. First things first, cake. I've picked up the cake. Look how cute it is. Is that Peter Rabbit? I know it's not Peter Rabbit because of the pink coat, but is it a character from Peter Rabbit? I'm not sure, but it's so sweet. I'm driving down the road where I went to college, and it reminds me that every single time I come either here or where I went to uni, because both of those places are in the city where I grew up, I was like familiar with them from a really young age. And basically when I was in I was probably in year 8 at school, I did a show at the uni, like just in their theatre, and I remember looking around at everyone at the uni being like, oh my god, they're so old and scary, like they're so much older than me. And I remember thinking the same when because my like musical theatre classes at the weekend when I was younger were in the college that I then went to later. It's weird actually, I kind of never realised that happened with both of those places. So I remember occasionally during show week having to go onto the college campus when like classes were in session, and I would literally look around and be like, oh my god, I'm absolutely terrified of all these teenagers, like they're so much older than me. And it's so funny because then I remember being one of them. Like I went to that college and they were all about the same age as I was, and I also went to the uni and they were all about the same age as I was. Some of them slightly younger because I took 1 year out to go to college in between school and uni. And I didn't take it out to go to college. I happened to go to college, but I took it out because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I gave myself a little bit of breathing room to figure it out. Now, whenever I drive past the college and I see college students around, or I drive like in Norwich, sometimes you can drive through the uni campus and it's a bit quicker than driving like around it, so occasionally I do that. And whenever I do either of those things, I see the students for those places and I'm like, oh my god, they are babies. They're so young, they've got so much life to live. And it's so funny because I remember being both those ages and feeling really grown up, but I also remember being younger than them and looking at them and going, oh my god, they're so old. And what I've just described is woman gets older with time. But you know what I mean, like it's sort of a bit mind-blowing sometimes, isn't it? Like the stages you kind of go through and like how your perception of things change as you get older. This is a bit morbid. We're keeping things light-hearted. I'm not saying this in a I don't want to change the tone. My uncle passed away when he was 28, and I was 9 at the time, and I remember thinking, God, he's an adult. Like everyone was saying he's so young, and obviously now I know that was so young, and at the time I knew it was young, but I thought my perception of him, not that it made it any less sad, my perception of him was adult uncle man. And it's so funny, like funny's not the right word, but like I'm 28 now, and thinking about how I perceived him at that age is so weird because I thought he was an adult, and now I'm 28 and I do not feel like an adult. Anyway, I've chosen to go and get my light fixed first, because I never know how long that's going to take. I hate jobs like that when like you don't know whether it's going to take like 10 minutes or an hour, because it just makes it impossible to that. I'm someone who chronically runs late anyway, and it's something that I'm constantly trying to stop doing, and I feel like jobs like this are my arch nemesis, because I have to do it before I go to the party, because if not I'm going to have to drive back to London with only one dipped beam light working, and I had a time window where I could pick the cake up, so you know, I've only got a fixed amount of time now, but I don't know how long it's going to take, so I'm going to do that first, and then if I need to be super mega quick going to buy the present, because I was going to have a little mooch around the shops, but the mooch around the shops is optional, the car headlight is not. See, logic. So I'm going to go get that done first, and hopefully it'll be really quick. Last time I went in London it took ages. Last time I went in Norwich it was super quick, but it wasn't a Saturday, so fingers crossed. Halford took ages, so annoyingly I didn't actually have time to go, like the Smith's toy store is like out of the city, so I didn't have time. Instead I quickly popped into John Lewis, and I think it was a success, so that is good. And now I've just got to run back to the car to wrap it. Okay, so I'm back in the car, well I'm in the back of my car currently, and I am about to wrap. Look, it's a little keyboard. Annoyingly, if you guys are watching my 1% videos, you'll know I bought a load of wrapping paper the other day, and I was like, this is my wrapping paper for the year. But then because I wasn't organised enough to buy the present, I forgot to bring the wrapping paper, so I just had to buy more wrapping paper, but that's okay. And it's very baby friendly, isn't it? So I'm gonna wrap this. I hate myself every time I have to wrap something on the back seat of my car, because it is such a struggle for space. Then we're gonna go. I've made my friend Meg come and meet me, so that I don't have to carry the cake alone in the ice because I'm so worried I'm going to drop it, but I think between us we'll be fine. Hello, it's Sunday now. Obviously I didn't want to film the party because lots of babies and people who don't do social media for a living. Oh, I'm home now with Charlie and the girls. Look at this little baby. They're so noisy. Oh my god, I'm going to show you a video that Charlie sent me of when I was away, and he was trying to feed them and they were telling him off because they were hungry. So cute. Well, Eliza was anyway. Eponine was being nice, quiet and demure, although she does pipe up sometimes as well.
Do you want feed?
But it is just gone 1 o'clock on a Sunday. We have just been out and about doing several different things. Got the car wash, we went for a coffee, we went to Sainsbury's, did like a little mini weekly shop, although mostly this week we are trying to not really do a big weekly shop because we've got quite a lot in the freezer, as I learned from doing one of those 1% videos, because I got everything out of the freezer and took stock of everything we've got. Most of what we're having this week is stuff we've already got in the fridge or freezer, but we just had to do a little stock up. And now I'm going to try something fun, which is Charlie and I both really like the McDonald's cheesy bacon flatbreads, but sometimes they're a bit of a disappointment, and if they're cold they're a bit gross, and also
It's the extent of our conversations, to be honest.
and also, like, in the interest of trying to get better at making things at home and like stopping having so many takeaways, etc. Basically, I've decided that this morning I'm going to try and make, it's not even the morning anymore, some cheesy bacon flatbreads. So I bought some flatbreads from Sainsbury's, cheesy slices, and we've got bacon in the freezer. I think streaky bacon would probably actually be better. Hi Eliza. As in like more accurate, but as I said, we're trying to use up the stuff that we've got in the freezer, and we've got normal bacon in the freezer, so we're going to be using that. Hey, Ebony. Hi, baby. Why don't you want me to pick you up? You know. Did you miss your mum?
No.
That's literally so rude.
That's what Eliza just said.
No, she didn't. I was really worried they were going to forget me, because obviously we've only had them for a few weeks. Did you forget me? but no, because they still let me pick them up, but they absolutely will not let Maria or Jess pick them up or anyone else. So they obviously still remember that I'm their mum. Am I your mum? When I was here with them the other day, they figured out how to turn on the hob, so we're gonna have to start turning that off at the wall, because that's dangerous. You shouldn't be up there anyway.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Anyway, yes. So I'm going to make some cheesy bacon flatbreads, and we're going to see if they're anywhere near as good as McDonald's ones. Also, because trying to get a little bit better in the kitchen, I think last year I came on a long way. That's one of my goals for 2025 really, is to like just feel more confident. Although I'm really proud of myself, because when we were doing like the menu for this week, I realised I really want chicken burgers. And normally I'd be like, oh okay, so we'll buy like some southern fried chicken strips from downstairs. And instead I was like, well, we've got chicken breasts, so if I just buy some breadcrumbs, then I can make them myself. And that was like my first thought. So that really is progress actually. So yeah, right, cheesy bacon flatbreads. Let's see how we get on. I'm sorry, look at that. The cat's causing trouble. Look at that. Hash browns, cheesy bacon flatbread, orange juice. Job done. Could probably do with some fruit, but we don't have any right now. It is now the evening and I've just finished editing this vlog. Charlie helped me with it, and I'm literally just going to stick this on the end and then upload it. I'm sorry it's been a shorter one this week. I've actually had a very emotionally exhausting week for many reasons, but that has left me really physically exhausted. I've literally been falling asleep while editing, but I did have some lovely parts of the week as well. I really enjoyed going to the theatre. I did some colouring with my sister, which was really fun. I haven't done colouring in like years and years, but she does it all the time. So I bought one of those books off TikTok shop that has like the little animals in. Do you know the ones I mean? And it was really fun. I've seen a lot of people doing like shading and like making it look glittery and stuff, and that's so clever, but I'm not that clever right now. But I would like to do more of it because it was really nice. It felt like I was just sort of taking my brain out of my skull, and I feel like sometimes that is what you need. It's definitely what I need. And the other good news is that I've just found out that Wicked Part 2 contains apparently a new song for Alphabet and a new song for Glinda. So, you know, if we need some positives to take away from the week, there we go. I also really enjoyed hanging out with some of my friends from Norwich, and I enjoy the fact that I've made it through this week relatively unscathed, and here we are. We're gonna get a super early night tonight. Charlie, which one have you got? Eliza? Yeah. We're gonna have a super early night tonight. We just need to watch the last episode of The Traitors so we're up to date, because I've been dodging spoilers online like nobody's business. So I'm gonna make some chicken and mushroom pasta, and we're gonna watch The Traitors, and then yeah, just get a really early night ready to start the week again tomorrow. Yeah, I've got lots of fun ideas for next week's weekly vlog. Sorry, this one was a little bit bitty, but I like chatting with you guys, so I did want to upload it anyway. Let me know what you got up to this week, and also I know I said this right at the beginning of the video, but genuinely, if anyone has any ideas of anything that I could do to make my life 1% easier for one of these TikTok or Instagram videos, that would be so helpful, because I'm currently on I've uploaded 12, but I've filmed, actually I haven't finished filming 13 yet. I need to do that tonight. So I'm only like one day ahead of myself, not even, because I post them in the morning. And I just honestly, like, I've kind of run out of ideas. I had like a list of 10 ideas when I started, and I was like, oh, if I've got 10 now, then 31 will be no problem, because like I'll think of loads of stuff as I go. And I've got a few things that I could try, but like I definitely could do with some more ideas. So if you need to know what I've done, hang on, let me tell you. So far I've done some batch cooking. I cooked some soup. Do you cook soup? Made some soup. I bought all my cards and wrapping paper for the year. I unsubscribed from a load of mailing lists. I went and got my eyebrows done. I defrosted my freezer and wrote down everything that was in it. I started laying my stuff out for the day the night before. I decluttered my makeup bag and like got rid of all the empties and restocked it. I timed some of my least favourite jobs, like putting the bedding back on and stuff, to find out that, you know, I'm being melodramatic and they're not as bad as I think they are. I got rid of all of my old white socks and bought all new white socks that are the same type of sock, so that they're easier to pair up and I don't end up with a pile of dead socks. I took a load of photos of safe outfits that I can wear when I feel like I've got nothing to wear, and then put them in a folder on my phone. I set up some automations on my computer and my phone, so like I used some different apps to save some money, and I did some like keyboard shortcuts on my laptop, and I ordered some household items on subscription. And then today's is having like an ongoing list for people's birthday presents throughout the year and trying to buy them in advance, or like when they're on sale and stuff like that. And then for tomorrow's video, I've really sorted my car out. So earlier today we took it out, we filled it up with petrol. The other day I got my light fixed yesterday, obviously. We got it cleaned, Charlie topped up the engine oil, and I've put like a little car kit together, so I need to take that downstairs, and that'll be the end of the video. And then yeah, I'm kind of struggling for the rest of the ideas, so I would definitely love to hear what you guys think. So if you've got anything that you think I could add to that list, or like anything that you've done that you feel like has made your life 1% easier, please let me know. I am absolutely all ears.
Oh my god, she really hates this.
The little goose and gander embroidery.
Yeah, she hates it.
She hates it?
Yeah, she keeps on trying to attack it.
Nah, she doesn't hate it, she loves it. She's playing. So yeah, that's my whole thing at the minute. I think what I need to do is actually batch film a load of these 1% easier videos, because they are not making my life 1% easier. They are in fact making my life incredibly difficult, because every day it feels like a massive stumbling block. So I'm going to try and film a few. I don't know if I'll have time tomorrow. I definitely won't have time on Tuesday. Maybe on Wednesday? I don't know. But yeah, so any of your ideas will be greatly appreciated. I hope you've had a lovely week. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys.